We come up here because previous feeling a bit overwhelmed. Instead of trying to fight it, I've now surrendered to it. In context, that doesn't mean giving up. It means now understanding what I'm feeling it, and now I just get to nurture it. Now, the way I'm nurturing it, I've come up here, getting back into the present moment, being in the present moment, nothing else matters. I'm sound, I'm happy. My mind's empty. How is my mind empty? Is that possible? I never used to think it was possible. Man, when I was depressed for so many years, different levels, different low, being low. What does low mean? Low is subjective, it means different things to different people. But you want to think of it as 0 being low, 50% being neutral, being present, 100 being too far forward, too far in future. Ideally, you want to be bouncing around like 40 to 60, ideally 50. Most people are living in the present. Most people are living in the past, in history, and what can we all agree on is what's happened. Can you change it? Unless you've got a time machine, which I don't know anybody who has. You can't change it, so it's a waste of energy, it's a waste of time, and it's a negative way to be, and it can really be damaging to a person's life. It can stop you from growing, it can stop you from succeeding in any aspect of your life, and it can just make you kind of go stale, I guess you could say. Being too far in the future, worrying about things which may happen, which we all know, again, we can all agree on. When you worry about something's going to happen, you get to it and it's never as bad as it is. Most of the time. But yet, when it happens again, you can be depressed, you can have anxiety, you can worry about it. And that day comes, and majority of the time it's not that bad. And then it comes again, and then you just honest repeat. This is why you got to kind of, some people write journals, diaries, all that kind of stuff. But this is where you need to be present. You need to kind of understand your feelings. And instead of masking your feelings like most people do, if they're low down, having a bad day, they can then jump to chocolate, jump to alcohol, spend money, porn, drugs, weed. All that does is make you from low to high. And whenever there's a low, there's a high. Wherever there's any high, there's always a low. Wherever there's any low, there's always a high. Wherever there's dark, there's light. And you don't want to keep ping-ponging. You can have some alcohol here and there, sound. You can let your hair down, have a joint or something, which is not fine. But if you do it every day, you're just masking the problem. You're not solving the problem. If you're not solving the problem, you never get to really understand or have that ability to be present, have that ability to empty your mind. If you can empty your mind, you're just changing the brain chemicals. You can literally go from overwhelmed and having a bad day, with your chemicals being, say, negative, being low, and that could ruin your whole day. You lose your whole day, could drag into the next day, and it can go down and down and down, and you start getting yourself into a dark hole. Or you can understand it, you can nurture it, you surrender to it, find out why it's doing it, give it a little, that feeling in my mind. I can feel it, well, I can't feel it now because I've already nurtured it and I've got rid of it. Now I'm present, I've got no problems, I'm happy, I'm chilled, go back, read my book, my day's brilliant again. All I've done is change the chemicals. It's been able to know and act onto your feelings. Same as discipline. I don't really know many people who are disciplined. I'm getting more disciplined. I still got a shit ton to do. And what is being disciplined? It's ability to act your feelings. Most people can't, and that's what fucking ruins most people's lives. I'm now 30. I only realised this like 2 years ago. Most people live a whole life without being able to control their feelings. If you're anxious or you're depressed, then this is something you need to work on. It's all right using other supplements to kind of mask that, but remember, you're going to be ping-ponging from 100 to 0 to 100 to 0 to 100 to 0. You want to be able to bring yourself back down to 50. It takes a lot of trial and error. It is possible, and it isn't actually that hard. I used to, it's funny because, say, going down to depression or anxiety, I don't really say I've ever really have anxiety. Obviously spent a lot of years being depressed, suicidal, all that kind of shit. And the problem you have there is you're constantly thinking, you're always thinking, which, in fact, you're not really thinking. All you're doing is playing the same movies over and over again, being stuck back in the past, which is mad because from first where you always say you're thinking and you don't want to really feel these emotions, you don't really like wanting to feel what you're thinking about. You sort of add out, you understand about being present, you understand about being kind of empty your mind, and now you enjoy these kind of, when you're having these bad days or these low days, you want to feel your feelings raw. You need to have them raw. You have them raw, and then you get to notice them, and you get to act on them and change it. So instead of having a bad day and a bad day and a bad day, you could start feeling a bit low or a bit down. Do the right kind of, I don't know, for instance, go for a walk, change the chemicals in your brain, and you go from being down, being negative, feeling upset or something about many different things, to then coming back to neutral again. Super powerful, and it is magic, man. And it's a skill you need to kind of work on. It's a skill you got to work on. You got to learn. You got to adapt. You got to put in the work to be able to kind of learn that skill. Once you've got the skill, then it's another thing in your toolkit. Makes everything else in life a lot easier. That's a good thing about like cold water, man. You jump into cold water, everybody hates it, but what do you think about when you're in cold water? Nothing. Your mind's empty. All you think about is coldness. That itself is a form of meditation. Do I meditate? Not really. Someone's having a fire. Sounds nice. I don't meditate. Not really into meditation, but my way of somewhat meditation, I guess you could say, well, my form of it is cold water. It just works. And it's that boundary you get to push, that boundary which you don't want to do it, that little emotion, that feeling, which you can't control, and you end up going in the water. And when you do control it, you start to realise what's kind of possible in your own mind. There's not just one of you, there's two of you, subconscious and conscious. So your unconscious, which is a thing where it's holding your memories, holding all the negative stuff. When you're conscious and you're alive and you're here and you're present, you're here, like, I know what I'm thinking about. I've got full control of my thoughts. I have a negative thought, I can now turn it straight to a positive thought. If I've got too much in my mind, I can now empty it. It's a fucking superpower. My hand's going cold, man. I'm feeling good. I walked down. I don't bother using a light because I've been up here fucking many times. But yeah, biggest thing you can really do is go for a walk. But you don't really, if you're having a hard day, you're not feeling it, you could easily go for a walk to change your brain chemicals, but most people don't because they can't be bothered. Again, you're giving in to your feelings, man. That's why discipline. Some people think discipline, that's just too much hard work. But discipline is having control of your life. Why are you working? Why are you working out? Why are you waking up in the morning? When you're doing all this work, you're going to work to feed, get fed, to put a roof over your head, but yet you can't control your own emotions. Can't help other people if you can't help yourself.